Yo, welcome back.
Four Quarters Pod.
Four Quarters Podcast, man. I'm your boy Jake. That's my boy B Red. And let's get right into it. First quarter. We've been gone for a minute. A lot of news been happening, but the biggest news is the finals. They start today. This is coming out Thursday. They start today.
Where we at? Thunders, Pacers. Let's get
Pacers. Let's get some picks in early. I'm biased. I already got a home team with this one. TJ. I gotta go with my dog, TJ McConnell, baby.
Yeah,
former teammate with me at Arizona.
100%.
I gotta rock with the boy. Go ahead.
Isn't there a 15 final streak of
We have 11 straight finals where the player from Zona has been in the finals.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy. 11 straight seasons. It's gonna be. I'm gonna go Pacers. This is more of my heart than my head because I got my boy on there. I want Pacers in 6 or 7. I'm just hoping 6 or 7. It's not going to be anything sooner than that. If it is, hoping 6 or 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Thunder in 6.
That's fair.
Thunder in 6.
Fair.
I think a little more versatile type of team in the playoffs, especially in the finals when teams are a little tired. Everybody knows each other. Sometimes you get some of those 96, 89 games.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Thunder can win those type of games more than
they're definitely more suited for those kind of games.
It shouldn't be 128, 126 too much, which probably favors the Pacers because they want to do that, right? They're trying to score 130. So
they're trying to get the ball up and down.
Yeah. But I think it's a hell of a series. Hell of a series, great basketball, 2 evenly matched teams, top to bottom.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's talking about the ratings, this and that. I think it's hilarious how all of a sudden the ratings have become a conversation. I'm like, when do people start getting paid for the ratings being good and bad? Like, we're fans. Right. We watch the game if you want to watch the game. If not, there's plenty of other stuff you can watch on TV. I'll be tuned in.
I'll be tuned in. I think as if you're a basketball purist, I think that you could be a little excited for this series.
Hell yeah.
1 through 12, just basketball players, and that's a point I want to get to is a little later, but this matchup is kind of crazy because I think you talked about it. We're shifting away from the super team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think economically, roster wise, I think it keeps proving out for the last few years now. It's not really the efficient way to go now.
Yeah, especially with the new CBA contract and the second apron being a thing now. Like it's going to be harder and harder for you to get those stacked teams without paying all that kind of money and not having a balanced bench at some point.
It even it affects the way you can trade the new CBA.
Yep,
that's what you have a certain amount of money on your books. You can't even make trades.
Can't make a move.
Yeah. So we're going to that full roster, right? Like, can your 11th man potentially come in and play defense, hit a 3, like.
Yeah, it's can your bench hold some runs when your starters are in foul trouble or gotta take their break because it's the playoffs. It's nice when you have a bench too because you can have set your scheduled minutes up a certain way. Like, all right, cool. Shea gonna get his little rest beginning of second quarter, boom, etc. You know what I mean? Like that helps when you have a bench you can rely on. I think that's one of the Knicks' issues that their bench is so inconsistent because they don't play as often as other teams' benches. That it's hard for them to ask them to go in the conference finals game 5 and go give me 12, give me 10, go have a great night when you haven't played in any big games all year.
And your roster knows that. Your players are gonna know that. Like, damn, coach doing stuff that he haven't really done all years. So now the morale down.
He really don't believe in me. He's playing me out of necessity. Like he has no choice.
Right.
Like I'm in the game because I'm the only nigga we got. I'm the only option we have. But not because he believes I can help the team win.
Absolutely.
And that hurts your roster a bit for sure.
For sure. In those times too, like postseason. Like,
yeah, you're starting to see more and more that you just can't rely on the stars like you used to. Like it's not gonna work like it used to. Like it can for very, very few individuals. Like a couple guys in the league now can go get you a game, but it's hard for them to win you a whole series now. It's becoming a lot tougher.
Let me ask you this: in the same vein of the deeper rosters, do you think that we're moving away from more of the positionless basketball as well? As far as
I mean, I think history is going to repeat itself again.
The construction of your roster, right? Like, can you go deep now without a couple of true 5s, or at least one? Right? Mm-hmm. Like, a real backup point guard like a TJ or like what a Kassan Wallace could come in and do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you need those parts now more? Is it kind of showing? Like I'm kind of seeing that. I'm looking at these two final teams. I'm like, damn, they have real small forwards, real two guards, real point guards. Like,
I mean, but even if you go back to last year with Boston, they kind of had that to a degree.
Sure.
Like they had a legit, one, a legit two. Tatum brought the ball up every now and then, but he's their three.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He played a four at times, but yeah, I think we're getting back to the traditional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to an extent.
Yeah.
Now I think small ball will still be a thing in segments, but I don't think the small ball thing is like what you're looking for. Like for a while with the Warriors, it was like, all right, we got to match this small ball lineup that they're running with because we can't. They're moving too quick. They're making too many threes, and now I think it's starting to even out.
If you got KD at your 4 or 5, I mean, we got to get at a look.
Well, yeah,
right?
But like even before that, though, like before they got KD and they won that chip, like they were the small ball squad, like
the death lineup.
Yeah, the death lineup was a thing. Like that was they started that and they were successful with it. And team, it's a copycat league, so one team does it, another team will try and copy it and make it successful for them.
Even if you don't have the parts for it.
Yeah, even if you don't have the parts for it, you're trying to replicate that at some point, and that can get teams in trouble. You know what I mean? Trying to trade for away players and trying to get all these stars on one team and it don't work out. I do think that the 5 man's making a comeback to a degree, like not a traditional true 5, but a 5 that's like we're gonna have a full 7-footer in there who can play defense, catch lobs, can make an occasional 3, but I think the 5 is coming back to a degree. Like you're looking at the even like we got the Wembys, right? You got the Wemby and the Jokers, like the crazy, insanely good big with crazy potential. But then you got more like other Derek Lively's and the Gaffords and the Chet. Even I'll put Chet in that category. Isaiah Hartenstein, like those are like the 5s now and the 4s that are like making a difference than they used to.
And so here's the thing: if you're Hardenstein or like Rudy Gobert, and you're gonna show them a consistent diet of small ball on the other end, those guys should eat more, in theory.
Yeah, but you have to put them in the right spots and give them the ball.
No, for sure.
You know what I
mean? We're crashing glass. We're saying, hey, big guy, treat every shot like a miss.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you definitely can take advantage of it if you have the right coach and the right scheme. It just depends on the coaches and the schemes nowadays. I mean, look, analytics are a huge thing in the NBA nowadays, and they're always 3 this, 3 that, shoot more threes, and we're seeing in the playoffs that shit don't work like that. It don't always when it comes. It's funny how what works in the regular season does not work in the playoffs because it's a wholly different game.
It's more totally physical game and a totally different sample size.
Yeah. And there's way less margin for error.
Yeah.
Like there is, you know what I mean? Like when you play 82 games, it's Tuesday night on the road, Detroit. We not really feeling it. We can drop this one. You can't do that in the playoffs.
No.
You know what I mean? There is no off nights. Yeah. And you're playing back every other day, which I do think they may change in the future with like giving I think once you get past the first round, you can start giving teams 2 days of rest, especially on travel days.
It's a win-win for everybody. Stretches the playoffs for TV and the NBA.
You can still have the final set at a certain date, but get these teams some more rest because we're seeing these injuries that are hurting some of these players, and they're just soft tissue injuries too. They're not like a broken hand. They're like a hammy or 2 hammies with
stuff.
2 hammies that happened with AG, with Aaron Gordon and Steph. Those are wear and tear injuries. You know what I mean? And then you got the Tatum freak accident, but I think they're gonna have to maybe mess with the schedule a little bit to just give some players a little more rest, especially on these travel days. Before it used to be 2 days in between travel days, and then they stopped doing that this year in the second round. I was very surprised.
Yeah, the intensity has been really good, but there's also this aspect where it does like guys look like you could kind of feel the fatigue and the kind of guys gutting through it, which we like that, but
but at the same time, you want your guys to be healthy. Yeah. You want the best guys to play every night if they can. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially if it's not a major injury where you're out for the whole season. Like these little nagging ones are the ones that kill you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you get a nagging joint in the first round, you gotta figure it out if you're trying to win the finals.
And on one day's rest in between.
That's tough. That's tough.
So,
But so we got our picks in. You got Thunder in 6. I got Pacers in 6. or 7. I'm giving them 7 because it's the Pacers. They're underdogs.
Let's just root for a 7-game series. How about
I would love that. I would love that. I would love that. I love nothing more than a 7-game series.
Yeah.
But also other news.
Well,
Tom Thibodeau
Tibbs
has been released, fired, gone from the Knicks. I wasn't surprised, but I also was like, I thought it would have been a harder fire than it was. I thought it would have been tougher than I thought it was pretty quick how fast to let him go, which I get. You might rather do it now than wait till fucking July, so I get it.
Well, they always want to try to get stuff in place before draft, free agency,
right.
But
which makes sense.
It makes sense, but the report had just came out right after that. Oh, Tibbs is safe. Right. And then we go to the firing. Here's what I can't wrap my head around the Tibbs firing. Why not fire the man after like a couple of the first rounds or the second rounds? You wait till he builds, and knocks on the door for a finals, and then like
has his best run yet.
Yeah,
that's what I thought it was interesting. Like you make the Eastern Conference Final for the first time in 25 years. Yeah, and then you get rid of the coach.
Yeah, that's the timing. Now the only thing that you gotta try to say is maybe you got a big fish lined up.
But who was that big fish?
I saw something today on the bit you did with Chris Moore. He mentioned Mike Malone.
So I think Mike Malone would be a good coach for the Knicks. I think he'd be a coach.
Today, when I heard that, I was like, that's actually probably the best. Like that'd be a home run. He
was the first one on my list when I saw the Knicks. Okay. I thought they're hiring Mike Malone. That's what I thought. First thing I thought.
Okay.
He's hired a championship coach. He's done it before.
Yeah.
More offensive. He's more offensive minded than Tibbs is, which I don't know if that's a bad thing. Yeah. But he will play his bench. He's gonna play his guys.
Yes. If you give him guys that he likes, he will give you rotations and he's doing things right. He's putting guys in dunker spots and letting guys shoot corner three.
I do think that it will help the Knicks offense because their offense gets very stagnant.
Okay.
Because sometimes the Knicks offense is just like, all right, Jalen Brunson's top of the key, go ahead, do your thing.
Ends up in the back shot. Sometimes they get a little bad shot.
Yeah, it's Jalen Brunson ball, which is fine when he's rolling, he's rolling. Yeah. I'm not saying nothing about it because Luka does the same thing. But sometimes in the playoffs, it can get a little stagnant, and you need a little more movement every now and then. Not all the time, just every now and then.
Every now and then, you got to switch it up.
Run a couple sets
to the point with Malone. Sometimes it's a heavy on ball, high pick and roll diet. Sometimes Jokic is bringing it up. Like a point guard. Like you gotta mix these looks up, right? Like
my biggest thing is when you're these superstars and these great players, sometimes they make the game a little harder than it needs to be.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I've always thought that like the reason I love Kobe, but he was notorious about this. He just makes shots harder than they needed to be. Yeah, like he pump faking, he could shot the first one. He ain't need to pump fake twice, but but Kobe just did that, and you loved him more for it because he still makes shots.
Yeah.
Now I think like players like Ant, who are great superstars, great from the three, put all these great numbers up. They're a little ball heavy. Like you need to get some easy buckets off the rock. Like get you a backdoor layup. Go get you a lob.
Yeah, but where is this in the game, Jake? Where is it at with the?
I don't know.
Like, I mean, you brought up Kobe. Like, we love Kobe, but you can go to Mike. I can even go to I'll say LaMelo, but Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo. Joe Johnson. I mean, not to get to the nostalgic thing, but those boxes and elbows,
Wayne and Roy,
boxes and elbows, box work on the block. Like get it, like you said, setting up so you're not always pounding the rock up the floor. Like Kobe's like, okay, no, I'm here, I'm in my spot. Now I feel good.
Yep. Like
where is that Luka? I was looking at. That would help Luka. I feel like big frame, 6'9", true 6'9". Like
I think it's tough. I think it's just tough always to look when you get the ball at the top of the key and everybody can key in on you. You get the ball, everybody can see you. It's harder to score like that because the defense is set up to stop you. Yeah. All eyes are on you. It's different when you get the ball in the high post, on the block, on the short corner. You know what I mean? Like mid post wing. Like you have to get the ball in different spots. Now, like I always say, the one thing that I admire about the Warriors and Steph is how their offenses run. That way, because the way Steph plays, he moves so much and gets so many people involved. But also at the same time,
lost with them.
But also at the same time, you forget how many layups that nigga gets. Like Steph gets so many just regular backdoor lays, like just off a fake handoff lay. Like they get so many easy baskets, and that's just lost in today's game. Sometimes I feel like get an easy one.
And it's smart when you understand like a Steph. Like what you call a Holbright, just being understanding how you're being guarded. Mm-hmm. Where Steph is like, no, give me these. Like
they're getting the open ones.
Yeah, they're not. So let me ease them up a little bit, loosen that jaw.
And you see the ball go in the basket a couple times. You get an easy rhythm. Man. One of my favorite videos on TikTok and Instagram is when it's KD talking to Tyrese Maxey when he's in high school. It's a video of him and KD. I think that's some camp or some tournament. And they're watching like Tyrese Maxey tape, and KD's in the league, and Tyrese Maxey's like a senior, and he was like talking about how Steph gets going. He's like, one thing about Steph that he admires is every now and then when he has these crazy flurries, he'll get him a couple layups first, a couple easy ones, a floater, a pull up, a little midi, just to see the ball go in the basket and get him going. You don't got to come out and take a three right away. You know what I mean? Like you can get a flow into the game, get a couple of free throws, see the ball go in the basket, get a midi, get a tip in, get an offensive clipboard, get a bucket. You know what I mean? Those are easy ways to get a quick bucket and get your rhythm going that you don't have to work as hard for if you're going 1-on-4, top of the key, pick and roll, you're getting trapped, you got to split 2 double team. You know what I mean? It's a lot. Yeah. And like I think Ant just works too hard for his buckets. And I think he's learning that because he's still young. He's 23. But one thing I love about Shea is that he has spots he gets to. I'm going to this spot and I'm rising up. Nothing you can do about it. Yeah. That's it. I'm getting to the elbow. I'm getting to that mid. He'll get to that post and hit that fadeaway to the corner is butter. Yeah. That fadeaway baseline is butter. Yeah. And you know it's going in every time he shoots it. Yeah. So like Ant needs to get some more of that in his game. Yeah. Absolutely. He just needs to get some more of that in his game. He's too dribble at you. Like that's great at times, but let's get in the post. Come off a flare into the post or something, or pick and roll and into the post.
He's not a magical passer to where he's gonna burn you. He's gonna burn you like on those traps and those blitzes like every time.
Not every time.
That Lakers series we got burned. Julius and but he's not.
When you go against a championship type of defense like the Thunder, like they have a championship type of defense. It's not gonna work. Yeah, you know what I mean. You go into those really good defenses, it's not gonna work. Even if he does against the Pacers, it wouldn't work. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're too lanky on the wing, too many guards, too quick.
Yeah. And I said that earlier about the Pacers. And I remember you were saying, no, they can defend a little bit, and they can defend. They can get stops when they need them. And
like Tyrese isn't the best defender.
But he has positional size though.
He's very good off the ball. Yeah. He's not a good all-ball defender, but he's quick enough and lanky enough where he'll be in a pass lane quicker than you think. Like, oh shit, he got that? Like you know what I mean?
He's in my big guard category.
Yeah, he's a big guard. Yeah. He's a big guard. He's 6'5"? Yeah. Yeah, he's a big guard. Him and Shea are big guards. I think it's going to be interesting to see how this matchup is. Because one thing is Tyrese ain't guarding Shea, but Shea will guard Tyrese. He don't care. Yeah, Shea can play pretty good defense for an elite guard who's MVP.
Man, we going back to the finals talk, but there's so many little fun matchups in this though.
There's great matchups in this.
Lou Dort and Caruso versus TJ. Like
the benches are gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
you got Lou Dort
versus Obi. Like little just
you got Band-Aid Mather come off that bench, who's chippy as hell with the chippiness of the Thunder. Obi Toppin's been playing his fucking ass off the last 6 weeks. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
All these front court guys that are like Pascal, Miles, Hardenstein, Chet, where it's kind of like who's
guarding who? Yeah, who's doing what? And both teams got one dude want to chip. You know what I mean? You got Pascal, you got Caruso on the other side, so you got somewhat of a championship pedigree to it, like one on each side. So it's very even. It's a very evenly matched series to me when it comes to like just roster wise.
Coaching clearly goes to the Pacers. That's interesting.
You think so?
Clearly to the Pacers. Rick Carlisle.
I mean, Mark Daigneault won the Coach of the Year last year.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying, sometimes when we get to the finals and we see, you know what I mean, like
we'll see. I mean,
JJ Redick didn't look like a 50-game coach against Chris Finch. You know,
I don't know. I mean, so far every move he's made for the Thunder has worked.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see. He's a hell of a coach.
I
do too. I think Rick Carlisle's a hell of a coach. Don't get me wrong. But this young boy over there in OKC is very solid. He said the right things. He believes in his team. He says, like, what we do work. We have habits. We say what our habits. Like, we're not going to change now because we lost the game. I like everything he says I like. I do like him a lot.
He chews bubble gum.
Yeah, like he's a young coaching a young team, and you can tell they rock with him. He let them beat them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he lets them beat them. He lets them do the whole little team press. He don't get in their way. He lets them do the thing, but they listen to him at the same time. He has their respect.
Yeah, for sure. That's hard. That's hard. What I mean? That's hard in the NBA.
Yeah, it's hard to get high, but it helps when your team is young, though. It does help.
Yeah, it does. It does.
You don't have any,
young team.
It's tough when you got like, the Kevin Durant's and the Steph Curry's who've been in the league for so long. It's hard. You can't really tell that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if you're a new coach. Like, what you gonna tell me? I've been in the league for 16 years. You just got here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's tougher, but you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I think it's gonna be a hell of a series. But yeah, Tibbs getting fired is not surprising.
Any other names you like? We both like Malone.
So we like Malone.
I'm gonna tell you. Two, I kind of said I think Hurley, like, is probably like an automatic in the mix. Maybe. I mean, New York guy,
maybe. He's been ever since he went back to Connecticut. He's been a little suspect though.
Yeah, man.
He has been wild in the last year.
Yeah,
he was wild this past year.
When you get you played in the Maui, right? Like, I did multiple times. Is it crazy that he kicked out the Maui? Like, is that?
It is. That gym is tiny, nigga. It's a small gym. You can hear everything he's saying in that gym too. Everybody heard what he was saying. The whole gym heard.
He walks past like the cafeteria and shit. Like,
the ref was like, I had no choice, but everybody can hear you.
Yeah.
You can't just cuss me out in front of 10,000. Like, you can't do that.
And the other name that comes to mind kind of is Van Gundy.
I was gonna say that
he's back on the Clippers bench.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
He obviously wants to be back in the mix.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I was thinking Van Gundy. That was my second one.
History there.
Old school coach, great. He can handle the media. Was in the media. I think he'd be great. I love Van Gundy. I would love to see him back as a head coach.
He had good offenses too in Houston and teams like that. They had good offense. They ran.
And they gonna guard. They gonna guard.
You're not taking no.
They gonna guard. Him and his brother, they both can coach his defense. They gonna guard.
Yes,
they both can coach defense.
That interior is sacred.
Yeah, and they'll get back to a little more old school hoop because he's so old school that like they'll be like he go and take the midi. I'm cool with it. Like, it's an open, take the shot. Like, so all these threes.
Yeah, you done had 3 games in a row with 11 attempts from 3 now. Let's
relax.
Let's watch it.
Let's just chill out.
And then this might be controversial, but Mark Jackson, who I think would be an excellent fit.
I think he would too, but he's clearly blackballed in the league for something he did, so I don't know what what it is.
You're saying it. You're saying it?
I'm just saying this. There's a reason in all these head coaching vacancies in the last 8 years, he's never been like actually announced as an actual like candidate ever.
Yeah.
The Lakers' job's been so many jobs have been open. The Suns' job's been open 3 times. He's never even like in talks like, Mark Jackson interviewing. They don't even bring him up.
Yeah.
So clearly he did something. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Or what happened, but it ain't looking good.
Him with Brunson, and that'll be a home run.
It would be great.
Yeah, that'll be a home run.
It would be great. Apparently, there's a report that some of the players aren't rocking with Brunson's dad being on the staff. He has a little too much power.
Yeah, I saw that today.
I thought that was an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, I thought that was too.
Your star player and assistant coach is the dad. I don't think anyone saw it in the NBA, especially too.
Yeah.
Most times, if you do, is a bench guy. Like Austin Rivers and his dad with Doc, but like he's more off the bench. He didn't start like that.
Right, but you're right. And it goes to your point though. Like, was the offense too 1-4 flat
Brunson heavy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was interesting because like the numbers, the plus minus when he was on was like -18 when he was on, but +18 when he was off. It was interesting. But like he's the best clutch guy in the league. You gotta have in the game in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's super.
He's unbelievable, bro. And I ain't trying not to do. The dude is unfucking real.
Yeah,
bro. I'll be watching the game and Max texting me, bro. This dude Brunson, bro. I don't know how he gets these shots off. I just don't get it.
Yeah,
He's my height. I don't know how he gets these shots off.
And to the rack. But the thing,
he's so strong.
The thing that's crazy, like this dude his ankle will do a 167-degree turn,
hit the ground, and he's gone.
And he come back and he just, like
that's that little guard shit, man.
Yeah,
that's just being small.
That dude's tough, man.
Like I was saying anyway, AI back on that, just little guards just got more wear and tear on them joints.
AI used to
less weight.
Ground, get up, make his free throws, and come right back at you.
Come right back at you like nothing happened. Yeah, it's wild. That boy
he might embarrass you now. He might put you on the end of something. Like
he's tough as nails, boy.
Yeah,
tough as nails. So we will see what happens.
I think Malone will get it though.
I do too. I think Malone's the best fit.
Real
quick, did you see the whole Gilbert Arenas calling Cat a bitch and shit on?
Yeah,
that was wild.
He built like a woman. He said
that was uncalled for.
That was uncalled for. That was
uncalled for.
What do Gil got something with Cat or the Knicks or New York or something?
It's just Gil being Gil. He wild. He just going. He be great for months, and they have a random day he just start wilding.
Crazy, yeah.
He just go crazy.
Yeah.
Like it was so uncalled for.
Like the build like the woman thing is kind of crazy because like
it's just like what we talking about.
I mean, he's built like a prototypical.
I mean, let's say he is built bad. We ain't gotta go there.
Right.
We just didn't have to go there. That's all.
He had a great year for New York. Great year.
He had a phenomenal. He had a career year.
All NBA. Yeah.
He had a phenomenal season for them.
My favorite Gil clip is who'd you play for in EuroLeague? Hametman?
Oh God, yeah, that shit.
we can compete. You lose by 200.
By 200 is crazy. 200 is a lot of points.
Hey, Rashad, he said we can compete.
We can compete. No, 200. 200 is crazy.
Yeah, but that's out of pocket, and it's crazy how like it wasn't well received like online. And
no.
Yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't because it was out of pocket.
Yeah.
Like I get the whole Cat jokes of him being feminine and all that. All that's all fun and funny games. Whatever.
He probably plays into that stuff too.
Yeah, I'm sure. All that's funny games. He's just that's not like saying he's a terrible person or nothing.
Yeah.
But calling him a bitch out of nowhere is just whoa, brother. Like let's relax. Let's calm it down a couple of levels. Yeah. That was just a little out of pocket.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. On to the next. Pelicans. They're saying they're rocking with Zion, man. They say they're rocking with him. Joe Dumars came out and said, we want him to be a center of the franchise, face of the franchise. It is what it is. We rocking with him. What do you think? Do you think Zion wants to stay in New Orleans? I think he wants to get the fuck up out of there.
I think he wants to leave there as well. It's just one of those.
Is he a free agent now?
No. He's on a couple of. He's got a couple
more years.
Yeah. Okay. It's one of those things where I like Joe. I do like Joe getting that job, by the way.
I do too.
New Orleans. We always talk about having more basketball people in basketball.
100%.
And so I think Joe, that was a good hire. But I think he's probably saying just the right things. I remember.
Yeah.
It reminds me of when Jerry West signed Blake Griffin to an extension and then traded him like right after he signed it to Detroit.
I do remember that.
Yeah. They walked Blake in the Staples and it was banners like saying Clippers for life, and
that's crazy.
Yeah. Like
that business shit is no joke, boy. That business shit is no joke,
man. So Joe probably cut from that cloth, like that old school executive. Like this is how they used to do this, like
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
And it works best to get moved out if both parts. Everybody acts like it's all good. We don't want no going down. Like
they already had the issue with AD and shit. They don't want to have no more problems.
No, right.
AD already forced his way out. They don't want to have another force. Now, like we're not gonna get nobody. Now we have two players force their way out in 10 years.
You lose that badly when the guy wins a ring.
Yeah,
when the guy jumps out on his way out and he's like, it sucks here, and then he go wins a ring. It looks like okay, the Pelicans are really ass.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I think draft. This might be one of the craziest draft nights.
It's gonna be a good draft night.
As far as like player movement, trades, I think it's
gonna be a crazy off season.
Yes, period. But I think we could see a lot of those Zion level, like Bradley Beal. We could see a lot of that get moved on draft night. I feel.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see where KD goes. Is KD where's KD going? That's the question. I don't know. Is Giannis being moved?
Giannis on the move.
Is Giannis on the move?
Yeah. What if we just see? What if we see something crazy where Phoenix say "fuck it all"? D Book gone too. Like just
that would be crazy.
You know what I mean?
If they like really reset.
Yeah.
Oh God.
They just hired. That came out today. They hired Jordan Ott, who was an assistant
for the Cavs.
Cavs.
For the Cavs. Yeah. I did see that.
So
that's a good hire.
That it's a good hire, but I'm like, is that the hire you make for? I got D Book.
Apparently, D Book was involved in this hire.
Okay.
He was involved in the coach search. So I think it was because of him. So I think they're gonna rock with Book. He's been there his whole career. He's been nothing but great with them.
He loved AZ.
He loved AZ. It's a great spot to be a pro.
Yeah,
it's a great spot to be a pro. You get the weather all year round. LA, an hour flight, 45 minutes. You're chilling.
If you like golf, if you like rehab resorts,
yeah, you can go to Mexico. It's an hour flight too if you want to go to Cabo or some shit. Yep. Like you have it's not a bad. Us going to college there. Yeah, we were in Tucson. We had a good time in Tucson. He in Phoenix with the money, so he having a great time. You know what I mean? So I know he's out there having a blast.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I think they move. KD's gonna get moved. Bradley Beal has a no trade clause, which is the craziest part. So if he doesn't get moved, he don't have to say yes to it. But I think they move him on some mutual type shit. Like, all right, but it didn't work. Let's figure something out. Yeah, type shit. You know what I mean?
He's probably Bradley Beal's probably saying, well, probably get me to like a Miami or.
You might as well go to Miami and just chill.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe the Clippers. Maybe the Clippers because the Clippers. I don't know.
Maybe even back home.
What their move is.
I mean, not back home, but Washington.
I don't know if he ain't going back to win 12 games. Yeah. He ain't going back. Not from being in the zone. That's tough.
Not for going from feeling like you had a shot every year to
having zero chance to do anything.
Zero.
Like not even nah. That'd be tough. But yeah, we'll see what KD goes. I would like to see. I would be if KD goes to San Antonio, they gonna really, 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 really be a problem.
I'm hearing that San Antonio, which I would love. I think that lineup is insane. Do you have to give up? Does San Antonio have to give up Castle to get a tier 1 star?
No, I think you can give up Vassell, Harrison Barnes, Keldon Johnson. If you want, and if you really want somebody, you can throw Sohan in there. If it's really aggressive, you really want Giannis or somebody. You know what I mean? And
you got that our assets,
and you got that pick. You got the second pick in the draft. So you always get rid of that. You know what I mean? Wow. Like most teams will take that. If the Suns will take that. We'll take the second pick in the draft and like Keldon Johnson. They'll take that. You get a number 2 pick, and then you get another guy who can come off the bench and play right now.
Especially when you're feeder to the fire and you're like, man, okay.
You have no future picks at all. You can get a star. You can go get a real guy at second pick. You know what I mean? Like this is a good draft.
It's a good draft.
It's a really good draft.
It's a good draft, but the reason why I was like, I think the movement's going to be so crazy too is like it's one of those drafts where it's going to be a lot of owners and GMs that are like, well, I didn't get Cooper Flagg, so let's shuffle the deck.
I think there's a lot of guys in this draft that can help a winning team like quickly. Yeah. Like if you're like on the cusp, one of these guys can help you in the next couple of years.
Like a healthy Dallas getting Cooper Flagg.
Basically. Yeah, basically. Like that's insane how that fucking happened.
1.3% chance.
Remarkable. That's all I got for it. It's remarkable.
It's technically not impossible.
It's not. There's a chance.
Right.
1% is a chance, and that motherfucker happened, which is all right. Okay. Yeah. I'm not an NBA is rigged guy. I'm not. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not. I think it's too hard to rig that many games. It's too many factors to go into the rig and shit. But
it's easy to rig.
If you think it is rigged, I can't fight you on it.
Yeah.
I can't be like, no. Because there are some rigged aspects to the NBA for sure.
Yeah.
There are. Some drafts are for sure like, all right, y'all did something to make, you know what I mean? I can see that.
Right.
But I don't think like the NBA is set up to be OKC and Indiana in the championship. Like, that's where I'm like, how you rig this? Because you don't want this. You would rather have Lakers and Boston again. Or Lakers and the Knicks.
We didn't get LeBron, Steph matched up. It was
like you didn't play in this. So like that's why I'm like the NBA can't be rigged to fully because you can't rig every game. You gotta go out there and play.
Now some of those draft lotteries, some of those
different story.
Get painted on you.
Yeah. Different story. That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm with you on that. I can't fight that.
Yeah.
But I can't go and say the NBA is completely like it's just before the season started, this was gonna happen. Like this is no way.
Yeah.
Draft-wise, got it. No problem. Like, that's just nuts, brother. It doesn't make sense.
A good friend of the pod, Jordan Jones, I think he had said it in the chat. He was like, if you're Washington and like Charlotte, how do you get better?
Sick.
How do you get better?
You don't get better.
How do you get better?
You just don't. You just don't. They just punish you for being bad.
Like KD or like Giannis aren't like, oh, give me to Washington or give me to Charlotte. Okay.
Ever.
So that's free agency. Okay, so we can't do that.
Nope.
We have a 38% chance to get a top 3 pick, and we don't even get in the top 3. Like
we get in the top 7.
Yeah, how do they get better?
I don't know. It's like the NBA was like, look, we already gave you them one pick a couple years ago. Y'all fucked that up. I'm sorry. Y'all don't figure it out.
Yeah.
You got Melo a couple years ago. You ain't done nothing with him.
Yeah.
So we not gonna fuck up his Cooper Flag one. He can go somewhere he can win now.
Was there a report with that? They were saying Charlotte, everything can go except Brandon Miller. I
did see that. I did see that.
I'm like, wow.
It's the Melo injury history, man. He's not on the court enough.
Yeah, and he's on the court. Checkered pass.
Yeah, it's when you haven't won nothing and you got a star like LaMelo. It kind of becomes somewhat easier to cut ties. Like we ain't won nothing anyways.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's like we get rid of the guy and we lose and we win 12 games. We won 15 last year. Like it don't make a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like you're making the playoffs and making a run and you lost in the first round. You're not even close to the play-in. You know what I mean?
Funny, who said somebody from their team tweeted that yesterday? They were like, "Oh, playoffs this year." Like maybe it was like Mark.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like Mark Williams or something.
Yeah, he tripping.
Yeah, but like maybe they hear that chatter. Where it's like,
well, it's funniest things too in the NBA. Like the first week of the season, everybody got hope.
Yeah.
Because 0-0.
Yeah.
We got a chance this year, fellas.
Yeah.
We got a chance. Then you go on a 6-game skid. Now you 2-8. And the season over.
Depending on your locker room, that might be the end of the season.
It's
right
wraps. Season's over.
Yeah.
You lose 3 straight, 2 buzzer beaters, tough ones. And
Miles Bridges talking about punching the coach in the
niggas at the club before you know it.
LaMelo had to he got subbed out in the fourth quarter. And then he told the media, he was like, "No, I'll talk to coach. Like that ain't gonna happen again." Like now, coach, like I can't even fucking coach. I can't even really do how I wasn't gonna bench you again. I wasn't gonna do it again, Melo. But now
that gotta be one of the hardest jobs is to get hired to one of them terrible franchises, and you have no chance of getting any better.
Man,
like they're getting rid of you, and you come into a team where they don't even know what winning look like.
So you ask,
changing the culture takes years.
Man, you ask that
takes
man
years.
You ask that man to do one thing. He went to management on your ass.
Yeah, he went to management. Everybody always late. Like it's the little things, bro, that keep you from winning. You know what I mean? It's the smallest things, bro, like the late to meetings. You know, not talking on. It's the smallest little thing. Not talking on defense, like not watching film.
You guys had a lot of success as owner. What was Miller like? And he's a pretty intense, like winning coach. What was that like with the win? Like the little things, like you mentioned, like how big was he on like cleaning the locker room, stuff like that? Like
the biggest thing for us was time. You don't ever be late. I was late. I was never late once in my 4 years there. Not once. I was never late to anything. I'm talking about a 5 a.m. practice, a 4:30 weights, and I'll be out all night. I'm there. I promise you, I'll be there. I promise you I'll be there. I'll be there early. I'll be there 5 minutes early too. I would never even push it. Because the punishment if you are late is an hour on that Stairmaster.
Okay.
On level 15 to 20. And you stop or fall off, you got to come back and do tomorrow.
Ooh.
I had to do once in my career because I missed a class to do a paper for another class. And Miller said I was cool, and then he outed me in front of the team. I was hot, whatever.
He
so I did the Stairmaster.
I'll make an example, right?
Basically, it was me, Caleb, and Gabe, and I wasn't gonna do it because he said I was cool. But he was like, you gotta sit there and watch these niggas do a Stairmaster. I said, I'm not gonna sit here and watch these niggas do it. I'm gonna get on the Stairmaster. Yeah. So I got on there and did it. It was the worst hour of my life. But I was like, this is why you're never late. So it was like that. Being late was one thing, and he was just big on talk, bro. Just communication. Like talk to your fucking teammates. Like get to know your team. Hang out with each other. Like we gotta be a squad. Like.
Okay.
When we're on the court, when we're in it, it helps to know what your teammates are made of and what they like, how to talk to people, what they don't like. You know what I mean?
How they like?
Yeah, just how they are in regular life. It helps to all right, cool. If he's like this off the court, I can probably tell him a certain when it's intense. I can tell him something. 'Cause I know how he operates. I know what makes him tick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are probably the biggest two.
Okay.
And we watched a fucking shit ton of film, boy. We watched so much film.
So it was more of like the little things as far as in the game details, things like that.
Details were everything for us. We were a detail squad. We were a defense first team. So like we're all about defense and the details, bro. Like we would go in. Our scouting was like almost not. I was an NBA level because there's like a different level of scouting. But we had like we get a full like little packet, and every player you got what they like to do, the moves, where they have to go on the court, percentages, the plays they run, and then we show clips of everything they have to run, highlight tape, and it always be their best plays. So they look amazing on film. These like this nigga, he gonna be a pro. This nigga look crazy on film. The stuff they showing. And you get because you always want to make them look scarier than they really are, so you have some respect for your opponent. Because sometimes when you playing, you playing nobody. You know, in the first couple of games of the year, you got to give. You know, if you underestimate somebody, you can get beat in college. That's how it works.
Yeah.
You underestimate a team, you can get beat any night.
Anywhere.
Any night, you underestimate a team, you can get beat. Exactly. So we watched a lot of film. So our film was like. Our managers were like editing film all day, all night. We always got film. So yeah, it was so bad. After the games, if we lost, Miller's tapping niggas on the shoulders. I'm like showing clips on the flight.
On the flight. It's ready.
Oh, it's ready on the flight. Like by the time you get on the plane, the film is ready to go.
Damn.
And he's showing people shit. I remember he cussed Stanley Johnson out once. Woke that nigga up out of his sleep. He said, you gonna play this year? You gonna show the fuck up? Show them a clip, and then they go back to sleep. It was like 2 a.m. It was like 2 a.m. We were flying back from I think we were coming back from where were we coming back from? Was it like Washington or something like that? We lost somebody, and he was fuming.
Wow.
And when Miller get fuming, I saw him storming. Here come Miller storming back here. Everybody wake up.
When that tie
it was hilarious. Yeah, boy. When it starts sweating through his shirt, it's a bad look. It's gonna be a long night. Yeah. But yeah, Miller was nuts. But yeah, our film shit was no joke. All right. Before we get to the fourth quarter and do a little start bench cut.
Okay.
You see what Adam Silver said about the NBA All-Star Game format?
Yeah. Okay.
What you think? So he's thinking about going Team NBA, Team America versus Team World, basically. Team USA versus Team World.
Yeah, USA versus World. He said.
What you think?
I mean, look, it's a real tangible concept. It probably should have been tried before all the other little
agreed.
Edits.
That shit last year was diabolical.
Yeah, I can't wrap my head around why we just got away from the East West. I don't know. Where I gotta go back. I gotta get a hot tub time machine or something.
Yeah, facts. I don't get
it. Like what happened? Like how do we get here? That's what I guess. That's what the kids say. Like how did we get here? Like
I agree.
You know,
why don't you just go back to the original? Go back to what worked originally.
East West fans vote. The top guys, you know, it usually worked out. Like we saw, you know, Iverson, Pierce, KG, Kobe, Ray Allen. Like they had started. We got to see him. Now, like I said, probably should have been done sooner. We could have tried this USA World. I'm more like susceptible to it, maybe warmed up to it than like the other stuff they've been trying to do.
Yeah.
And potential for like a little pride factor in this game, so that could be good. That could be.
I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to simulate like what hockey did with the Four Nations type of thing, where like they had Finland, Canada, USA, and I forgot the fourth team. Or it might have been Russia, maybe. I'm not sure. But there was like a whole it was an all-star break. So instead of doing like an all-star regular game, they did this instead. And it was like no money on the line, and it was apparently amazing. It was like they were competing their ass off because it was more pride factor, I guess, like you were saying. You know what I mean? They're playing for a little more than just like the money. I don't know. We'll see if it works. I'm not sure. I think the All-Star game at this point is just got so watered down, and like these players really just want a break that they out there bullshitting because they just really want some time off. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think it's not a bad idea, but I think we should go back to East to West.
It's a little weird too because it's like, man, I'm thinking like if this was 1989, we wouldn't even be able to do USA versus World.
No, you wouldn't.
You know,
it'd be two players on the team.
2001, like you wouldn't be able to do
you wouldn't.
it. Yeah, so I'm like,
this is crazy.
Man.
The NBA has really changed.
Yeah, So that's interesting.
But I think that also changes the All-Star game, like who gets picked, though, doesn't it?
Yeah. How do you? And then
wouldn't that change it? Because like,
what are Americans are voting on the world guys too? Like,
because like there's clearly way more Americans than there are world players, and there's only like five or six really like superstar world players. Mm-hmm. Like you got Jokic, you got Shea. If you want to count Shea as world, mm-hmm. He right above us. Right. You got him. You got Giannis. You got Luka. Right. I say Joke. So yeah, that's four. That's five, right? That's four right there.
Maybe Wemby might throw.
Wemby and Embiid. All right, cool. That's six.
Yeah.
After that, you got Sengun, who, if you want to put him in there, he made it last year.
Franz Wagner.
But he didn't make All-Star team last year. He was hurt, so you got him.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
He got him. You also got Sabonis.
Yeah.
Sabonis will probably make it. But after that, it's you got that's what 7.
Yeah.
Okay? That means you have 2 guards basically because they're all bigs.
Yeah.
They're really just all bigs and swing forwards. There's Luka and Shelby the only 2 guards. I mean, unless you're trying to put you gonna put Dylan Brooks in there. He from Canada. Like that's what you got. Like you know what I mean. You put Nembhard in there. He from Canada. Like
yo gonna be bringing that thing up.
I guess so, but it's gonna be interesting to see how they even do the rosters because if you don't have enough guys to pick for the world team, how you do it.
And I'm trying to make the point about 20 years ago, 30 years ago, but still could be a little tight.
I'm talking about for all-star team, a whole all-star team. That's a whole 12 players.
Yeah.
I can't name off the top of my head who are like all-stars already.
Yeah,
you know 12, what I mean?
Yeah.
For 12.
We got 5 or 6 like home runs.
I got 5 or 6 locks.
Yeah, locks, yeah.
And that's if everyone's even healthy. And that's if everyone's healthy. Right. Like, Embiid wasn't healthy last year. Wemby wasn't healthy. Well, Wemby was healthy. But yeah, if you're not even healthy, you can't even play.
A couple international guys opt out, and then you're gonna
have
who
you bringing in.
You're gonna have Kelly Olynyk in the game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who are the subs? Like,
yeah.
And you already get mad about people getting snubbed as it is for the All-Star game. Someone really gonna get snubbed now if we're doing this.
Oh yeah, because it's less Americans.
It's less Americans. So it's hard enough for Trae Young to make it. He really ain't making it now.
That's deep, Jake.
You know what I'm saying?
That's deep. Yeah.
Because but it's just gonna be interesting. Because someone's getting on just because they're from the European being side.
You said somebody's getting snubbed.
No, I mean, someone might get added just because they're from Europe or something. And
they're like a French player. But what's crazy is this could alter some guys' careers,
contracts, and everything. 100%.
Contracts, Hall of Fame. Because now we do USA World instead of 5 All-Star selections, you got 1.
Yeah, exactly. Depending on the season, they have to figure that out. They're gonna figure that out.
Wow.
So I'm like, how's that gonna work?
That's deep.
Because the American side, you got a million people. You know what I mean? Just off the vets alone, with Bron, KD, and Steph, all votes are gonna get in, right? Wow. And then you're gonna have the Kyries, you got Ant, you got the Tyrese's. Tatum's gonna be out next year. We got Jaylen Brown, Brunson, Cat, AD. That's already a full roster.
Trey is a great example. Trey might never make an All-Star game again. At this rate, at the rate that he's
if we're doing these new rules, especially.
Yeah. Wow.
If it is, he'll be a sub. Like Norman Powell got lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, he got unlucky that Bron come out last because he should have been in last year. But now the subs are going to be even weirder.
That's crazy, dude.
So I'm very curious to see how they do that. I don't know how it works.
We gotta get back to East West. We just have to.
Just keep it simple, man. Yeah. Just keep it simple. It's so much easier that way.
And let everybody wear some type of version of their team jersey.
Yeah. I feel like there'll be at least a little more pride for your squad and shit or something.
Yeah.
Something's got to change, but what they're doing now ain't working. Just go back to the original format. If it's scoring 200 points, it's scoring 200 points. Whatever. But all this other stuff is crazy.
The implications of this game for American basketball stars
could be interesting. Yeah. It could be interesting. Could be very interesting.
Man.
All right. We're in the fourth quarter. I got a question for you.
Yep. What we got?
The 2012 Thunder Finals run that they made with KD, Westbrook, and Harden.
Mm-hmm.
You got them or you got this year's Thunder Finals team in a 7-game series? Who you got winning that series?
Wow. The KD, Russ, Harden. Thunder.
Yeah, Harden was sixth man, I think, that year.
Harden was a six man.
This is like KD was MVP, I think, the year before that. A couple years before that.
Wow.
It's tough.
I'm gonna go with 2012.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with 2012. I think
I'll say this too before you finish.
Yep.
It is early to ask this because we haven't seen what the team can do in the finals. Right. But it's been all over Twitter, so I had to ask.
Yeah, no, that's a great match. It's still a great because 2012 didn't win it, so
exactly. So I'm saying, yeah.
So, I'm gonna go 2012. I think they were a little. I don't want to get flamed on the internet, but they were a little they were bigger. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. It's just a bigger roster.
Yeah. Like they just had a little more dad bodies and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair.
I think they had Perkins by that point.
Yep. Ibaka,
was Cephalosha there yet?
Yep, Cephalosha was there.
Cephalosha. So, some of these guys? I mean, we go to the Chets and even like J-Dub a little bit and Isaiah Joe. Some of them still a little bit young guys. You know,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and 7-game series that kind of could add up. Russ and Shea. Wow.
What a matchup.
Wow. But I'm going to say...
matchup.
I'm going to say cancel out.
Yeah, to a degree.
And I don't know, bench scoring-wise, who can replicate what Harden can do consistently.
Fair.
And then KD and J-Dub, I think KD should win that matchup.
Well, I assume they're going to put Chet on KD.
Oh, well, he should still win that. He should still win that series.
He should easily win that matchup. Yeah, well, I'm thinking this is 2012 pre-Achilles KD. It's a different kind of KD.
It's a different KD, dude.
It's a different KD. He had the rim with it. He's dunking niggas. He's a different KD.
I remember in this time with KD where it was if you were down, if the Thunder were down, if you were up 2 or 3, and they're gonna draw up that little curl out to the wing for KD.
For that catch, yes, right.
It don't matter how far he was. It was just
he was unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think that'll be a good series. I'm also leaning towards 2012.
Okay.
I think they have a little more firepower offensively than the OKC team does now. I think that OKC team 2025 is better defensively than the 2012 team is. But when you got a guard, but that was back then when Russ was a different kind of player. The Russ we know now is not the Russ that was back then. He was hitting middies, threes. He was doing everything.
Yeah.
Everything. He was doing everything. He was unbelievable. And then Harden off the bench is just unfair in my eyes. You got an MVP. They didn't know how good he really. We know how good he really was at the time.
Right.
He still was killing. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna lean towards 2012.
That Harden was balled in on defense too. Back in
he was. He was young. He trying to prove himself.
Yeah, I remember. I remember those Lakers series, and he used to really be guarding Kobe up in Jersey.
He was solid on defense back in the day.
Yeah. Catch some bodies.
So he was.
2012 though.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean 2012 as well.
Great coaching matchup too. Great coaching. Great coaching matchup too. Scotty Brooks.
Very good.
Dano.
Very good. And then one other question for you I just saw on this list that I have. Is talking about Lonzo might be available for trade talks.
Oh, wow.
Where would you like to see Lonzo Ball go?
Considering, I think his new extension went up to 20 per, was 2 year, $40 million, something like that.
Something like that. Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy, but
it's not cheap.
Still considerable to the point of how many games am I getting you for?
Fair.
Considerable. And he's so effective, right, that you hate to have that hole in your rotation.
Yeah.
He can guard pretty comfortably 1 through 4, and
great passer.
Yeah, great passer. He's we talked about it with the having these true positions and true roles kind of lined out. Lonzo gives you one of those type of guys, right? He plays the right way.
True one.
Where would I like to see him end up? Part of me is just saying I want to see him kind of maybe even just figure it out in Chicago right now. They seem to like him. They paid him even after the injury, and let's see.
He's under his belt.
Yeah, with this nucleus, because they Chicago's in on
Giddy, yep.
I like Kobe White. They seem to be good on Buzelis.
He's nice. He's nice.
So he's going to be a part of the plan, it looks like. So if I could get Lonzo in that mix consistently, I like how that could look. The running and, I like how it could look. I think it's a good fit. I think it's a good fit.
I don't mind that fit. I think also just like if he does get traded, send him over there to Detroit, man. With K coming in. Let K get out the ball a little bit every now and then. Let him get to the block. Because K's a great post player for his size. Yeah. And that's another thing. Like, and as good as Lonzo is on defense, he matched perfectly with that like that grittiness. They have a good gritty team over there. He lock up. He pick up full. He likes to play fast.
Yeah.
He can get during some lobs easily too, just like Cade can. And I think he takes a little pressure off Cade every now and then. Like, all right, look, you got to bring the ball up every time. You can reserve some energy a little bit. And then picking up full in the playoffs, you can just get to your spot. I'm gonna throw you the rock. We got the way. You know what I mean?
I like that a lot. And I think he he
come off the bench. He could be a good backup for Cade too if you want to go back up. That's perfect
for sure. And he can slide Jaden Ivey into more of a natural role.
Yeah, he's more of a 2 as well.
Yes, because I love Jaden Ivey. I think he's been trying to find his footing with Cade and them trying to figure that out. So Jaden finds himself kind of like not doing too much, but not knowing what.
Catch and go.
Yeah. Lonzo. So if you got Lonzo as like Jaden, it's time. Like go get your 15, 16.
Get to your spot. I'm gonna give you the ball. You don't have to think about just give and go.
We don't ever need you again to worry about setting up or being a one sometimes combo. Like you attack. I think some guys in the NBA get in trouble with that when you're a combo guard and like you're not a true 2, but you're also not a true 1. Yeah,
you get stuck in between. We're like, all right, look, we're gonna have you play minutes where you're gonna be the 1, but then they get uncomfortable and they lose themselves because they're trying to set the offense up and they're not being aggressive. It's like it's not. I don't even play like this. I don't play like this. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think it does help some roles. Like, all right, look, you're gonna be the 1 too, but when Lonzo's in, you're gonna be the 2. And you get to just go be yourself and catch the ball and go hoop.
And Lonzo's pushing you for that.
Every time. Lonzo's going to find you in the right spots. Yeah, literally.
Fire that bitch up.
I think he'd be a good fit just because they're a young team. He brings a little veteran leadership to the team a little bit too. He's kind of been linked for a little bit, sees it a little differently.
It's always a little Detroit, LA love too.
True.
Detroit and LA always got
I can see him going to Detroit or I can see him going to Orlando too.
Ooh, I like that too. I like
Orlando too.
That's almost a hand in glove fit.
But you know what I mean? You got Jalen Suggs over there.
He fits right in.
I think that'd be a really good fit with them too because they play fast. They play good. They're gritty, good defensive team. I think anyway.
Same thing. Putting guys in spots. I think Franz and Paulo could use that. Sure.
I think the one that they're missing over there is a true 1. There's not many true 1s in the league anymore. There's very few. You got the Tyrese who's more of a true 1.
And the 2 finals teams.
Trae Young who's kind of more of a true 1. Shay's a scoring 1, but she's still a 1.
Right.
It's not many true 1s, but they would need someone like I like Lonzo because he doesn't need to score the ball. He's like a traditional pass first point guard. Yeah. And that's hard to find nowadays. But a lot of teams can use that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he can shoot, but he don't look to shoot like that. Like if he open, he'll let it fly.
Yeah.
But like he's not trying to get 30, Right. Like now every point guard's trying to get 30 because that's what everyone looks for.
Yeah.
Not everyone can be Steph Curry and Trae Young and Luka Doncic and Kyrie and Shea. Yeah. Like you gotta pick your spots. You know what I mean? You gotta know what you're good at. But yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But hell yeah, man, another episode of 4 Quarters Podcast.
4 Quarters.
We appreciate y'all. Yeah, man, we're back at it. We appreciate y'all for tuning in on a little late Wednesday night film. This will be out Thursday morning for the finals. Big game.
Game 1. And that's
game 1, baby.
In Oklahoma.
In OKC, 5 p.m. Pacific time, a.k.a. 5:15 because they're never on time. You know how TV games are.
5:21.
Yeah, right around there. But yeah, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you're on the YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you know when we're posting. TikTok, Instagram, give us a follow, like. We appreciate y'all for tuning in with us. Yeah, man, I'm Jake. That's B-Red. And we'll catch y'all on the next one, man. 4 Quarters Podcast. Peace.
Peace.